This is the Solid Signal podcast for the week of January 9th, 2017. The whole team's back in the office now after a long week at the Consumer Electronics Show. I hope that you enjoyed the coverage that we were able to provide. Every year we try to bring more people, every year we try to do more coverage, but of course there's only so much that you can do. Wishing that we could do more all the time, of course. Anyway, the subject of this week's podcast is how you're going to watch TV in 2017. Specifically, how you're going to watch live TV. Watching live TV hasn't changed a whole lot in about 20 years ever since satellite started coming out. And before that, the big change was cable, and before that big change was, indoor antennas or something like that. That was 50 years ago. But we're looking at another big change in the way that you watch live TV, and that's through your streaming device. 2 years ago, Dish came out with Sling TV, and they were pretty much the only one in the space streaming live TV. And now last year, DirecTV came out with DirecTV Now, and both of those services, plus Hulu's upcoming service, are great if you want national channels, but what if you want local channels? In some markets you're going to be able to get maybe ABC, NBC, Fox, but you're not going to be able to get all of them. And that's because of complex licensing agreements that need to be negotiated, and partially because, I'll be honest, I think CBS wants to make money using their app and nothing else. So if you wanted local TV, in the past, pretty much what you had was hook an antenna up to your TV, which is nice, and the fact is it works, and you get dozens of channels that you won't get anywhere else. You won't even get them on cable or satellite in a lot of cases. It's a great thing to do, but for some people, there's that burden of using a second remote and changing inputs on the TV and maybe not having DVR capability, and they want something that's a little bit easier to use and understand, maybe even gives them live TV on their tablet or phone. Well, I'm glad to say that we're finally starting to see some solutions moving in that direction. I was really impressed last week when I got a chance to look at Dish's Air TV product, which includes live television right there in the same set of menus as Netflix and Google Play and Sling TV. It's just a completely seamless experience. It reminds me that our friends at Silicon Dust have a product called the HD Home Run. It was originally designed for Windows Media Center, a product that almost nobody bought, but it lets you stream your antenna signal over your home network. And with an app called Channels, you can pretty much have the same experience with your Apple TV, iPad, or iPhone. Unfortunately, it's Apple only, but it's kind of neat. With just a little bit of quick setup, you can be watching live TV on these mobile devices within the house, or, if you want, right on your streaming device. So that, again, there's no need to change inputs, there's no need to change remotes. It's super easy. And this is just the first couple of devices that we've seen like this. I'm forecasting that by the end of the year, we're going to be flooded with these sort of devices, and they're going to continue to get better and better. And let me tell you something. This is something that we at Solid Signal are extremely, extremely excited about. We saw a couple of people at the CES show who were developing these kinds of solutions, and I think that's the way it's going to go. I think, even though I wouldn't have believed it a year ago, enough people have said so. It convinces me that there is this kind of burden to changing the input. What you really want to do is stay in your TV's streaming ecosystem, whether that's Amazon or Apple or whatever, and not leave that. Use the same remote, use the same everything, simplify into one hockey puck or smaller sized box. If that's the way that you want to watch TV in 2017, I have a feeling that your dreams are going to come true. Look, not like the rest of the Consumer Electronics Show was nothing, but I think that that's something that was underrepresented, and to our Solid Signal fans, that's something that's super important and super interesting, and you won't find out about it anywhere else. That's why I'm asking you one more time, and I'm hoping to do this maybe only once a quarter or less, is to continue listening to the Solid Signal podcast and read the Solid Signal blog at blog.solidsignal.com. You can request topics for discussion, and we will go ahead and write about them. This is the 10th anniversary of the blog, and we are always looking to make it better. All right, that's it for us. See you next time, guys.